What's going on, guys? So it's Wednesday again. It's another Masterverse special of unboxing, I guess. A couple more weeks, we should be done with the villains. Then I want to do a couple other unboxing, then get into the heroes. Little by little, things are getting done. So, of course, I do want to welcome you to today's unboxing. Today, thinking to do Stinkor. I believe this is the Revelation Stinkor. It actually comes in the old blue box. Stinkor came out with Scarecrow, Andrea, and the Revelation Fisto. So for me, he was one of my favorite newer characters, just because it was a giant skunk. And if you remember the original toys, both Stinkor and Mossman actually came with a specific scent. Stinkor stunk, and Mossman was supposed to smell like woods. It was a very interesting idea. I don't think they could replicate it. But I mean, if you think about any type of war, any type of fighting, you definitely do not want to fight the stink person. So Stinkor actually comes with another head. I kind of like that version with the mask. Comes with 2 extra hands and a shield. Definitely need scissors. I hate these things. I really do. Also, Merman, the new Eternia Merman. He looks insane. Beastman, Manny Faces. So he came with the Man of War, the Snake Goddess, Tila, Merman, and I believe Barbarian, no, Battle Armor Skeletor. I really don't remember that. But he comes with a kind of a version of his original sword, a spear, so when this came out, this looked insane. He was probably the best Masterverse figure of his time. I remember the original toy. I was a fan of the original toy because he was one of the original 4 villains, and in most comics and whatnot, he was one of Skeletor's more used minions. Of course, the original four was Skeletor, Beastman, Evelyn, and Merman. And the original four for He-Man side was He-Man, Tila, Man-at-Arms, and Stratos. So this guy was supposed to be Master of the Sea, while Stratos was Master of the Skies. Let's check it out. So, that's pretty cool. Again, comes with the shield, the extra head, two extra hand pieces, and unfortunately adult-proof tie-ins. So the cloth is actually plastic. Everything is pretty much plastic. The original, this was heavy plastic. This is more flexible. You can take it off. You have the air tanks. A little bit more posable than a lot of the other characters, which is awesome. So if his head pops off, easy. shield definitely comes off pretty easily. Ankles don't go down as far as some of the others, though. But he looks pretty sick. I definitely like the mask look a lot more. I wish they actually gave him a weapon. But that definitely means we don't need to change his hand. This is definitely one of the newer boxes. So this is the spear. His sword is plastic, flexible plastic. The original sword was actually just a regular sword. This is very much a pirate sword, and it comes with a little thing I guess you can latch onto him. I do hate these things that keep them locked in. I like the feel to them. Well, this is soft plastic, but that's hard plastic. There is a place for the sword back here. Very cool. A little bit stiff. I'm guessing these are extra hands. Really? I cut pretty low. Oh, Interesting. Web fingers. There's 4 fingers on each hand. Two, three, 4. Yeah. 4 fingers on each hand. That way a little bit of a difference. Pledging his allegiance to the almighty Skeletor. Not too bad. Figures look insane. Not a lot of extras. Fits in pretty nicely with Skeletor's crew. So at least the villains are coming together. We got room for Ninja, Cobra Khan. Then next week we're opening up Triclops and Trapjaw. And then all we have is Beastman for the villains. All pledging their allegiance to the almighty Skeletor. Then we can start going into the faces. And then the Horde will be after. But I definitely like how that turns out. Or at least how it's turning out. And then, of course, Friday, we open up the Cobra Officer and the Valkyries. Little by little, it's getting done. I love the size, or the fact that Too Bad is literally one of the biggest characters there. Merman does have some size to him with the ears. Whiplash is definitely biggest character there. Besides Too Bad. This... it would have been better to face it this way. But this looks more like everybody's listening to the almighty Bonehead. And you have to love that bone throne. And of course, Panther. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys like the unboxing. Certain characters are definitely more posable than others as far as Masterverse goes. Which I'm not liking. I do want a more posable figure. But I get it, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying my unboxing, enjoying these figures. With Webster, I did find out you can take off part of the backpack to put the rope through. And because of the bottom part, it kind of attaches, so you can actually hang him if you want. I don't know how well it would hold, but it's basically like the original toy, except unlike the original where you pull it down, he doesn't actually climb up. But yeah, we got most of the characters. I would love to get Blade. I would love to get Stinkor. But I do want a new Eternia Stinkor, because the Revelations, as I've said before, the Revelations sucked. Merman Revelations sucked. There are 3 versions of Merman. This is the best version of him. There are 3 versions of Beastman. Revelation version of him sucked. Scarecrow, I'm fine with the Revelation version. Stinkor, I'm fine with the Revelation version. Although, if they do make a new Eternia version, I can't wait to see how he looks. That should be insane. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. In a couple days, hopefully. Like I said, the Cobra Valkyries, the double box, as well as the Cobra Officer. Definitely unboxing, taking a look. Next week, Trapjaw, Triclops. As for the Cobras, we're probably doing the triple Viper box. The Cobra Vipers and the Cobra Officer, or Viper Officer. So definitely some good stuff coming. I think this coming week we should have, or I should have, a toy hunt video. Like I said, I do have 2 more Masterverse figures coming in. 1 more classified figure set coming in. More and more. But at least they all fit somewhat. The heroes will pretty much be the same way. I'm kind of thinking of He-Man on Battle Cat. First row going that way, everybody else facing that way. Or I might switch it around so that everybody's facing that way for villains and everybody's facing that way for heroes. I don't know. All I can say is stay tuned. Take care. Be safe. Aloha.